All right, it is 10 o'clock, so we are going to get going because this is a pretty quick presentation. So, my name is Grace Naegle. I work for the Department of Veterans Affairs, and we're going to be talking about the Veterans In-State Service Shared Leave Program. So, Washington State has a variety of shared leave options that you can use or you can donate to. They've got just basic shared leave that you can donate to an individual person. They have uniform shared leave, which is for state employees who are called to serve in the uniformed services. Foster parent shared leave, which is for foster parents who can take some time to get their children, their new foster kids situated. And then we have veterans in-state shared leave, which is for veterans who need to take medical leave due to their service-connected injuries. All of this information that I'm going to provide you is on the outward-facing site on dva.wa.gov. So you would go to for veterans service members and their families, click on or hover over veterans benefits, and then click on Veterans In-State Service Shared Leave Program. So all this information is going to be there. When you go there, you're going to get this page, which gives you all of the technical information about eligibility for donating and being a recipient. It also, on the right-hand side, gives information about who the top contributors are and how much money we've sent out and how many hours we've used. This is up to date. Usually I'm like, yeah, I'm a little bit behind, but this is up to date information. So yes. So here is the purpose of VISSLP. This is what's in the WAC, and it's a lot of stuff, but in plain talk, it is so that when veterans are low on leave, they don't have to choose between going on their medical appointments because of the injuries that they sustained while they were in the uniformed services, or trying to keep a bank of leave so that they can go on vacation or go to other medical appointments just in case something happens. In order to be eligible to receive VISSLP, you need to be a state employee. So that's not just DVA, but that's any state agency. That also includes universities, and it includes community colleges. So any state employee who is a veteran who is going to doctor's appointments or on recovery due to surgery or something like that because of an injury that is connected to their service. This also works if you're a spouse of a veteran that you need to be at their appointments or you need to take care of them because of their service-connected injuries. In order to receive money, there is a little bit of a process. It's very front-loaded, the process. You need to fill out the form. You need to gather documentation like your summary of benefits, your DD form 214, and you need to have a doctor's note that says the time when you're going to be out and why you're going to be out so that we can connect your doctor's appointment with your summary of benefits that says what your injury is. You turn this into your HR representative, or if you're at DVA, you send it into me, and then I review it and I say yay or nay, or we work on it and say I need these pieces of information. So the summary of benefits that you need to provide, there are a couple different ones that there are. There's a summary of benefits that says yay, not yay, you are 80% disabled due to your service. But it doesn't say anything else. I need a summary of benefits that lists out everything that all of your injuries, so that I can say, oh, the doctor's note says that you hurt your hip and you are, like right here, I don't know if you can see, it says left hip strain. So okay, there's hip problems. I can connect these two. There is one. So these are two examples of what the summary of benefits would look like. If when you're sending this in, you like the one on the left, this person had I think a hip surgery, but obviously they have a whole bunch of other injuries. If you don't want to share that information, that's totally fine. Just like this person did, redact all the information, because usually it's not just one little injury. Military service beats you guys up. So you can redact all of the other information. I just need to know what your injury is. And right now this is redacted because the name, but I need to know who you are also. But feel free to redact all of the other information. This is a summary of benefit example that isn't acceptable. It just says that you're 90% disabled and that's it. Yeah, that one doesn't work. So here is a copy of the recipient form. It is a lot of information. It is a lot of blanks or squares to fill out. And there's a reason for that. Every square has a purpose, has a reason. We have lots of people who are donating money to VISSLP. We definitely have more people who are donating than are using it. So we need to make sure that we are being good stewards of the leave that people are donating. So all of these fields have a purpose and have a reason to make sure that we are giving money out to people who actually need it. So some common items that slow the process down. If that form isn't filled out correctly, I'm going to send it back and say, hey, I need X, Y, and Z. If you don't provide the full summary of benefits letter, so you just provide the one that says 90%, but I need the full summary of benefits letter, or if the DD form 214, you haven't sent that to me. Some reasons why you may be denied from VISSLP. So maybe when I look at it and HR sends me the information, you have enough leave to cover your balance. You're eligible for VISSLP if your sick leave and if your vacation leave are both under 40 hours. So if you have 13 hours of sick leave, but 50 hours of vacation leave, you got to use up that vacation leave to drop below the 40 hours. It's that 40-hour threshold, just like all of the other shared leaves that you need to be below. So if you have enough leave to cover your absence, if the employee is not a spouse to the veteran that they're caring for, so the employee is not a veteran, they're not a spouse to the veteran, I sometimes get phone calls saying, hey, I am an employee of the state and I am caring for my father who is a veteran. Can I use VISSLP? Unfortunately not. Like, I wish we could, but WAC is very specific that it is for the veteran or for the veteran's spouse. Or you would be denied if there was no money in the fund. That's not a problem that we're having right now. We are, like I said before, we're getting more donations than we are getting people who are using it. But if something happened, and there was no money in the fund, I can't give you any money that we don't have. So FAQs. What if the employee is a veteran, but the medical appointment they're going to doesn't appear to be service related? So if it's not service related, say they're going because they need shoulder surgery, and I can't find anything on the summary of benefits that talks about a shoulder injury. Even though they're injured in their shoulder, the injury has to be connected to their service. So it needs to be listed on that summary of benefits. What if the employee has their DD form 214, but no summary of benefits because they weren't rated at the time they're discharged, or maybe they're in the process of being discharged? So what this means is that they need to do a compensation and pension exam, and we'll actually pay for, it's called a CMP, we'll pay for the CMP exam for you to go and get your doctor's appointments to get rated. So even though you're not rated yet, if you are going for a compensation and pension exam, give us a letter saying, hey, I'm going for the CMP, and we'll pay for that if you're below that 40 hours. What if we're not sure exactly how long we're going to be gone? The doctor says, oh, we'll be gone, you'll be out 4 to 6 weeks. Can we give a ballpark? No. We need the exact times that you're going to be gone. If you are going to an appointment, if like we have a doctor's appointment or a doctor's note that says that you are going to doctor's appointments twice a week for 45 minutes, I can work with that. I can do the math. But if it's just, I don't know how long I'm going to be going on appointments. Just give me 10 hours. That's not going to work. And this is kind of a similar, can we request extra hours to be given to us just in case we need more? This happens often with surgeries. They say 4 to 6 weeks, and they say, can I just get 8 weeks just in case it needs to go longer? No, sorry, I am only able to give the correct amount. Even though we have more money than we have people who are asking for it, when we have long chunks of time that people are out because of injuries, that money goes pretty fast. And if we reserve money for people who may need it, then if the time comes that people actually need it and it's reserved for a possibility, that means that those people who actually need it can't use it. So what if an employee has been using their own leave and taking leave without pay because of service-connected appointments, and they just didn't know about VISSLP? Like they were eligible for it, they would have been eligible for it, but they just didn't know about it. Can we retroactively request VISSLP funds? No, unfortunately, no. VISSLP is not for historical leave. Leave has to be requested for the pay period in which it's being used or for future appointments. So right now, you know about it. Let other people know about it also. I suspect that there are plenty of veterans out there who could use this who aren't using it. So in your networks, in your connections, let people know that this is an option so that they don't have to be using leave without pay, or they don't have to be saying, sorry, I can't go to that doctor's appointment because I don't have any leave, and I can't afford not to be paid. So get the word out that this is a thing. Are employees who have just been hired eligible for VISSLP, or is there a waiting period? There are shared leaves that have waiting periods, but VISSLP does not have a waiting period. Newly hired employees who haven't accrued any leave is one of the target markets for VISSLP. If you haven't accrued anything, reach out to us, and you have doctor's appointments, reach out to us. Like I said, there is a bit of paperwork that needs to happen beforehand. So if you gather that paperwork, that would be super helpful. But if you've got doctor's appointments that you know you need to go to and you're not up to that 40 hours, that's what we're here for. All right. Any questions about VISSLP? Well, I lost my screen, so I can't see anybody.
Hey, Grace, there was a question in the chat.
Okay, so Sabrina's asking, if leave needs change or extend, can you file for an extension, or do you need to fill out a whole new request? So you do need to fill out a new request, but you don't have to fill out all the extra paperwork. So there's that form that you fill out and you just say, okay, now I need from this date to this date, I need this many hours. So it's going to be a lot of the exact same paperwork, just that form that you send, and that does happen relatively often that things get extended. But all of the DD form 214, the summary of benefits, all of that stuff, like I hold on to. You don't need to resubmit all of that. That's a great question. Any other questions? All right, thanks for coming. Like I said, get this information out to other people. This is a shared leave program that's not being utilized as much as it should be, and people want to donate to us. We have lots of donations, and we're almost to the point where we're like, oh, should we stop accepting donations? But then I get fearful of that person who needs to be out for 2 or 3 months and taking up all the leave. So get this information out. Yeah, so because I'm on the wellness committee, I'm going to close this out also. Thank you for showing up. Thank you for being here. I appreciate your desire to be more well. The next meeting is at 10:20, and it is about Washington 529 basics. And Washington 529 is Washington College Saving Plans. So thank you very much, and have a wonderful rest of the Wellness Fair.